guys, welcome back to another video. As you can tell, yet again, we're not in my area. We're in like a different part of my room. I thought that I have a lot of new things going on in my life and I just kind of wanted to share them with you guys. But my whole plan today was to go ahead and film a couple hauls. I can't find those clothes. I can't find them because this giant pile of laundry behind me. That's probably clean clothes from like the last 2-ish weeks and maybe 3, I don't even know. There's a bunch of like bedding and stuff over here too, so like it's not as big as it looks because there's like bedding and stuff. But anyways, my room's a mess, so not only can I not find the clothes I want to film the haul with, but secondly, I don't have the room to try on clothes and film the haul. So I thought we'd do kind of like a chit chat. I'm gonna fold some clothes and organize up my room a little bit so that I have space to film said hauls. But we're gonna go ahead and get started. I do have an energy drink here because A, I need something to drink, and second of all, I can tell this is gonna take some work. Moving out of the way so I don't knock it over. Okay, so of course I have an AirPod in because I like just need to listen to music. You wanna say hi? So when I film, because I don't like them in here because I shed so much, I bring their doggy beds next to my room. So we got Nug and Coop over there chilling, hanging out. But Amelia is slowly getting adjusted to my camera, thankfully, so she's not as timid and scared, which is so nice because since I don't plan on stop filming anytime soon, like for my channel and whatnot, it would be nice to have her be like okay around my camera and whatnot. But so let's talk life updates. For those of you who don't know, which I don't know if I ever said, but I am in Utah. We're gonna do a little timeline. But I am originally from Iowa, and I lived in Iowa in a couple different locations for most of my life. I, until graduation, lived in a small town called Burlington. And then from Burlington, I moved to Waterloo, where I went to college. And then from there, I moved back to Burlington just because I just needed to kind of be back home and kind of regroup and figure out what I wanted to do with my life. And again, for those of you who don't know, I majored in photography and psychology, and photography is still one of my biggest passions, and I would love to get back into it more. But anyways, after I moved back to Burlington, I was in a very toxic relationship and I needed to get away from there. And so when I got the opportunity, I moved and transferred work locations to a town called Iowa City, and I really enjoyed it there and I was a lot happier. But you know, life happens, and I met somebody, but I ended up moving to Wichita, Kansas, September of 2018, and I lived there for like 9-ish months or so, and then May of 2019, I moved back to Waterloo. Lived there for almost a year, and after the year, give or take, we moved to a town called Harriman, Utah. It's a suburb of Salt Lake City. There's like a million suburbs of Salt Lake, it feels like. But anyways, moved here March of 2020, right when the pandemic hit, and it hasn't been bad here. The one thing I will say, moving from the Midwest, like moving from Iowa to Wichita was definitely different because I feel like there was less snow, it was a lot windier, and it got nice a lot sooner. It was still a humid summer though, like in general, but it's definitely kind of nice. And then moving to Utah, like it was a dry summer, which was actually kind of amazing because there's no humidity, no mosquitoes. Loved it. But then found out today that more like 98%, I will be moving to Tampa, Florida in like 2 weeks. So I'm trying to find a place and get the U-Haul booked, and in all honesty, packing I can for the most part do in a day. More than anything, the hard part is getting everything down 3 flights of stairs, because I'm trying to think. So when I was in Burlington, I lived at my mom's and then moved to Waterloo, which was on the 2nd floor, but I didn't have a lot of stuff back then. Moved back to Burlington and lived in an apartment on the 2nd floor, which the stairs were like all different angled, and it was a pain to move all that. Rude. And then, trying to think, and then I lived in a house on the, like, 1-story house, and then lived in another house, and it was a 1-story house. And then moving to Wichita, or moving to Iowa City was on the 1st floor of an apartment. Moving to Wichita was the 2nd floor. Waterloo again was a one-story house, and then moving here I'm on the 3rd floor. So like moving up and down the stairs I think is the worst part, so I'm not looking forward to that. And I still have all that stuff on Poshmark and Mercari that I'm trying to get rid of so I don't have to take it with me, but I'm also not just gonna throw it out because that's wasteful and silly, especially for brand new stuff. But hopefully I'll get on like the 1st floor again. Oh wait, that's okay. Putting things in the wrong piles. I'm distracted, I'm talking. I don't normally talk during this, like during laundry and stuff. But anyways, so yeah, that's gonna be very nerve-wracking. I kind of feel, I'm nervous but excited. So moving from the Midwest, which is Central Standard Time, where I was located, to Eastern Standard Time. Moving to Eastern Standard Time was definitely a small adjustment, but very nice. The additional hours, kind of really great. But I will be moving to Eastern, so I will be not only losing 1 hour, but I'll be losing 2. So I'm hoping that work will try to work with me and I will be able to kind of adjust my schedule, because I have like certain requirements for work that I have to kind of have met. And so I'm hoping that they'll be able to work with me, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I need to like find a place really quick, and then get all the U-Haul stuff and whatnot figured out. I think I'm gonna just sell my kitchen table because it never gets used. We'll see though, I'll think about it. I haven't made a like commitment in my mind on what exactly I want to do with that. But I'm gonna get another 2-bedroom because this room is full, so there's no way I could like downsize unless like I just didn't have a living room or didn't have a bedroom, because then like the living room or bedroom would be like my closet, beauty, filming room. So I'm excited, nervous. The one thing I will say is when I moved from Iowa to Utah, there was a lot of snow going on, and it was already a long enough drive as is, and it became even longer because of the snowstorms. Like they literally closed part of the highways down and like you couldn't be on it, and I had to take like detours and stuff, and so it just made it a lot longer. But going from Iowa to Utah is half the time going from Utah to Florida. So it's going to be a crazy long drive. It's going to take multiple days. My mind is very interesting in the fact that I cannot just like staying in a hotel for me isn't really an option, because if someone were to break in my U-Haul like while I'm sleeping, I would probably have a full-blown anxiety attack, where I would rather be, you know, like behind my Utah and being able to see it, as far as like being in a separate car, because that's more than likely what's going to happen is Johnny's going to be driving the U-Haul and then I will be driving probably his car down, just because he has 4-wheel drive and I don't. And it'd probably be a little bit safer, especially since we don't know what the weather will be like and he has newer tires than I do. But we're gonna have to kind of play it by ear and see how that goes. But I am definitely, I don't know, I could go one of 3 ways. So I'm ready to move back to the Midwest, but like be settled, have a house, quit moving around. I could stay in Utah longer because I actually kind of like Utah and I've made some friends since moving here. Or I could move somewhere completely different, which would be Florida. So, I mean, I don't really get a say. It's just literally whatever happens, happens. But the nice thing about my job is I literally get to up and take my computer and not have to start over. I just get to continue on like from where I am. And with my latest promotion, like things will be even better. So yeah, it's just gonna be kind of a lot, but packing up and moving, like it's definitely not ideal to do like yearly. I would rather just kind of find somewhere and just settle, but again, it's kind of out of my control. The one thing that I'm kind of nervous on in Florida is I have been told and read that there are backyard crocodiles and backyard pythons. Thankfully, if we move into a apartment, which obviously I still have to try to find somewhere to even live, but if we move into a apartment, then like I think the likelihood of us running into that will be less. But as you all are aware, or if you're not, go check it out, I have tiny dogs, and those dogs are my kids. They are my life. They are my babies. So if something happens to them, I will literally murder somebody. Which, by the way, I have already pre-filmed, and I don't know if I'm going to refilm it or if I'm just to add on to it, but all of the issues that came along with the apartment that I'm currently in and how awful it is, and all of my neighbor stories, my apartment complex stories and stuff. But I have to wait to upload that until we move out because I would like my full deposit back. I don't want them to like try to keep it and like sue me or something. But that is coming. But I had a situation occur today in which obviously when I filmed that video, it hadn't happened. So I need to film that. But let's just say my tiny dogs got attacked. It was absolutely terrifying. They are both okay. Cupid was whining and limping a little bit, but I've like thoroughly checked him and he is okay. But yeah, I like that. It would be a perfect example why I'm ready to move, which obviously there's gonna be not great people no matter where you go, but I can try to be optimistic and hope that wherever I end up next, everyone will be a little bit better. I'm hoping that since it's Florida, I'm more than likely gonna have more older people around me, which I hope it's like nice old people who want to like bake me cookies. I don't know, we'll see. That would be fun. I'm actually waiting on a callback from a particular apartment complex down in Florida. Kind of seems like it'd be a good fit, and the price is right, and the location is right, and the like layout and size and stuff all seem really good. So I'm just kind of waiting to hear back from them. So hopefully I hear back today. That would be ideal. So we'll see. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of exciting, kind of nerve-wracking, but that's what is the dominant thing in my life as of right now. I still have a ton of laundry to fold, so let's keep talking. So the company that I work for, the tech company that I work from home for, I have been with since June of 2020, and I have honestly been kind of thankful for the opportunity I was given. It is in my realm of expertise between customer service and tech, and in all honesty, I have moved up fairly quickly in the company, which means I'm doing something right. So I was hired on as like a base level, and then trying to remember, when was it? In October, I think. Yeah, I think in October was my next big move, which was from one position to another, which means basically I was taught more and I was able to do more. So, I mean, technically it was still a promotion and a raise. In between those two, I did have a small promotion. It didn't include a raise, unfortunately, but it implied that, again, I knew what I was doing and it looks good on my, like, history with the company. And then in the end of December, I was told I was going to be getting promoted again, and I started that training back in January. So I have now since technically been promoted 3 times, but gotten 2 raises, all within less than a year, which I think is exciting. And I'm now considered a senior advisor or a manager, which I think is really cool. But yeah, the raises are really nice. My dream, which is going to be a dream that's still a little far out, but my dream would be to either be streaming daily on Twitch and or filming, or at minimum just filming daily. But obviously I can't go without being paid, so I have to wait for my 1,000 sub and my 4,000 watch hours, which I am over halfway of my watch hours, but I need to get subs. Something I've been noticing about YouTube, I was just talking about it with a friend today, Sabrina actually, the one I've done a couple collabs with. There will be these like spam fake people or accounts that will sub to you, and then YouTube will recognize that they aren't real accounts and they will remove the subs. So I've lost several subs recently due to that, which sucks because like seeing that number increase is so exciting, and then seeing it decrease really sucks, but it is what it is. Something else I've noticed, I don't know if this is a small YouTuber thing or what exactly it is, but I have been getting a lot of like spam and like inappropriate comments where like they will tag and timestamp your video, but then they will put a link in there and it's like some type of sex service, and I'm like, I'm not having that on my channel, get out of here. So that's fun, and I've been dealing with that lately. See, like I have these blankets that are, it seems like, oh that's wet. These are wet. I pulled them out of the dryer too early. I need to address that when I'm done with all this. So yeah, it's kind of odd that they target like small channels, and it's immediately after my upload too. So I don't know what kind of spam program that is, but that's fun. trying to think what else is new. I mean, I binged all my makeup, which is great, and got rid of a bunch of palettes. I need to go through the rest of my makeup, which I will be filming more declutters. In all honesty, what I will more than likely do though is wait until after I move, because what I'll do is I will completely unpack and place everything where I want. And what I would love to do is get a like Alex drawer, like desk and second drawer system, and do that. But I need to make sure I have the room available at the new place, because the last thing I want to do is buy a desk and it not fit anywhere. What I would love to do is just get a house, but sometimes waiting is the best strategy, and sometimes you don't get a choice on if you have to wait or not. So again, I'm just gonna have to play it by ear, and whatever ends up happenings. I'm at the point in my life, if I'm completely honest, I feel like I know more about myself now than I ever did before, in the aspect of I always felt like there was always something missing about me, in the aspect of like I didn't really, it's not that I didn't know who I was, it's just I wasn't like comfortable in my own skin as much, which I still struggle with every now and then, but more or less, like, you know, I found a passion with makeup. I still have my passion with photography. I love things that I never thought I would love, and I am learning so much more about myself than I ever like knew before, which is so amazing. Like, I didn't think I liked anime, and I love anime. I didn't think that I would be into drag queens, and I'm obsessed, especially with Trixie Mattel. She's my queen. And I'm trying to think. So I think I told this story, I don't remember, or if I did, it was a very long time ago, but funny story. Growing up, I used to take dance classes, and for competitions and recitals, I would be required to wear makeup. And I finally got to the point that I would like avoid my mom like the plague until the very last minute, and then put on like some lipstick or eyeliner, and that's it. But I hated wearing makeup. I had this designated bar of soap and washcloth that I would wash my face after removing the makeup. And now look at me. I have a room, you know, yeah, a lot of clothes. I would say half my room is for clothes, but the other half is for makeup. Like, who would have thought that I'd be where I am now with something that I thought I hated? I mean, don't get me wrong, probably be better for my wallet if I still didn't like it, like at least as much, but you know, at least I found something I thoroughly enjoy. I will say, and I've talked about mental health before, but I kind of want to like just touch base a little bit again. I honestly believe that a lot of my online shopping is related to almost like a drug, in the aspect of once I buy something, like I get a rush when I purchase stuff, and then I get a rush when I receive it. And like, obviously I don't think that's healthy, but and I think that's where my like shopping addiction comes in, is to try to like feel good, you know? And so yeah, I finally just came to the realization a couple weeks ago, like that Valentine's Day stuff when I did my declutter, because that was during Valentine's Day week that I did that, because I was looking for like some pinks and reds that I wanted to film with. And I realized that I didn't know where like half my palettes were that I would want to use. And so as I started looking through my stuff, I'm like, you know what? Half this stuff looks the same. Don't get me wrong. Will there be palettes I'll probably regret getting rid of? Yes. But at the end of the day, if I want it that bad, I can repurchase it or try to find it on like Poshmark and Mercari, or you know, whatever the case may be. But I don't think that, I think there might be a handful of things that I might, you know, regret, but most of it I'm fine with getting rid of. And anything that I really want still, if I haven't sold it, then I can still pull it out of my sale pile. So that's kind of where I'm at mentally, is I need to quit buying stuff to try to feel better. One thing that I love more than anything, which I think I want to do a dedicated video on, is CBD. CBD has helped me mentally tremendously, and I don't want to talk too much about it just because I do want to do a whole video on it, but comment down below, do you want to see that video? Or is that just me feel like I want to talk about it and no one actually cares? I've definitely gotten a lot of my friends onto CBD though, just from like my own experiences and talking about it and stuff, so I don't know. I think it's definitely a very good thing, but everyone has different mindsets, which is totally fine and okay. But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think what else. On the upside, I'm almost done sorting and folding everything, and then I just have to put everything away. I'm trying to think, is there really any, I can't really think of anything else. I did wear this and I loved it, which I will link that video. I think it's up here. think it's always going to be to my left when I'm filming. At least I think so anyways. But what time is it? Man, I've been doing this for almost 40 minutes. It takes forever. Did I wear this? Yeah, I wore this. I still try to separate all the stuff I've worn versus not worn. Because if, let's say, there's stuff I haven't worn for like however long, I just need to get rid of it because I'm not going to wear it. One thing I will be disappointed about Florida is the temperatures. Because I love sweatpants and I love hoodies. Don't get me wrong, I love shorts and tank tops. I mean, I'm in shorts and tank top right now because I knew I'd be like moving around and folding and stuff. But yeah, so I think I'm going to have to start putting stuff away to find what other stuff may be hidden under everything. I think I have a majority of my stuff though sorted, so at least then I can get started. So I think quickly what I'm going to do is move some things around and then I'll set this up and do a speed run with some music. Royalty-free music. organize my stuff when I go to put it away. I have like a Nintendo gaming section in my closet. I have graphic tees, I have oversized tees, band tees, anything crop, and then sweatshirts and jackets. So then that way it's easier for me to put everything away as I go. So I need to grab hangers, and then I think we'll start on the smaller piles and work our way kind of around. By the way, this little section over here is all the stuff I was looking for, but it kind of blurred in with the big pile of stuff. So I think I'm going to put all my small piles of stuff on hangers, put it away, and then work on like the next pile, so on and so forth. This has taken me over an hour, so I'm probably looking at an hour and a half total, and I still want to film, and I still have not eaten lunch yet, which I'm probably going to want to eat because it's going to be a long day otherwise, which is already a long day. Getting up at 5 a.m. is seriously brutal. These piles away, and then we're gonna move on. My new dress I wore for Valentine's Day. I love this dress, and I looked really good in it too. gonna move the camera, but since I'm filming a try-on haul right after this, I'm gonna leave the camera like this because I'm lazy. But that's all I've got for this video. I hope you were productive and either cleaned or folded some laundry with me as I was getting all this done. But we are all set. So now I can try on my new items and film and upload it. So that's all I've got for this video. Everything's linked down below. Subscribe, comment, like, bell. You know the drill. Till next time, guys.